You have been stranded thousands of miles from home, with no money or possession. Such a predicament would make many people despair and curse their awful fate. But for Zeno of Cyprus, it became the foundation of his life's work and legacy. The once wealthy merchant lost everything when he was shipwrecked in Athens. With not much else to do, he wandered into a bookshop, became intrigued by reading about Socrates, and proceeded to seek out and study with the city's noted philosophers. As Zeno began educating his own students, he originated a philosophy known as Stoicism, whose teaching of virtue, tolerance, and self control have inspired generations of thinkers and leaders. The name Stoicism comes from the Stoa Folliculae, the decorated public colonnade where Zeno and his disciples gathered for discussion. Today, we colloquially use the word stoic to mean someone who remains calm under pressure and avoids emotional extremes. But while this captures important aspects of Stoicism, the original philosophy was more than just an attitude. The Stoics believed that everything around us operates according to a wave of cause and effects, resulting in a rational structure of the universe, which they call the Logos. While we may not always have control over events affecting us, we can have control over how we can approach them. Rather than imagining an ideal society, the Stoics tries to deal with the world as it is by pursuing self-improvement through four cardinal virtues. Number 1, practical wisdom. The ability to navigate a complex situation in a logical, informed, and calm manner. Number 2, temperance. The exercise of self respect and moderation in all aspects of life. Number 3, justice. Treating others with a fairness even when they have done wrong. Number 4, courage. Courage not just in extraordinary circumstances but facing in day to day challenges with clarity and integrity. As Seneca, one of the famous Roman Stoic, wrote, sometimes even to live is an act of courage. But while Stoicism focuses on personal improvement, it is not a self centered philosophy. At a time when Roman laws considered slaves as a property, Seneca called for their human treatment. He stressed that we all share a same fundamental humanity. Nor does Stoicism encourage a passivity. The idea is that only people who have cultivated virtue and self control in themselves can make a positive change in others. One of the most famous Stoic philosophers was also one of the Rome's greatest emperor. Over the course of his 19-year reign, Stoicism gave Marcus Aurelius the resolve to lead the empire through two major wars, while dealing with the loss of many of his children. Centuries later, Marcus' journals would guide and comfort Nelson Mandela through his 27 years imprisonment during his struggle for racial equality in South Africa. After his release and eventual victory, Mandela stressed peace and reconciliation, believing that while the injustice of the past couldn't be changed, his people could confront them in the present and seek to build a better and more just future. Stoicism was an active school of philosophy for several centuries in Greece and Rome. As a formal institution, it is faded away, but its influence continues to this day. Christian theologians such as Thomas Aquinas have admired and adopted its focus on the virtues, and there are parallels between Stoic and ataraxia and tranquility of mind and the Buddhist concept of nirvana. One particular influential Stoic was the philosopher Epictetus, who wrote that suffering stems not from the events in our lives but from our judgments about them. This has resonated strongly with modern psychology. For example, rational emotive behavior therapy focuses on changing the self defeating attitudes people form about their life circumstances. There is also Viktor Frankl's logotherapy. Informed by Frankl's own time as a concentration camp survivor and prisoner, logotherapy is based on the Stoic principles that we can harness our willpower to fill our lives with meaning even in the bleakest situation.